So what's up, YouTube? This is Justin from Party Rental Knowledge. If you don't know, I help grow party rental companies from small to big, give out the basic knowledge and whatnot. I get a lot of questions lately about, what are different ways to promote yourself? What are different ways to achieve sales? Different things like that. So here's a specific video basically geared towards that. I have my buddy Tariq from Event Hawk here. Tariq, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, what's up, Justin? What's up, guys? Yep, Tariq here. So I just like Justin, we in the party rental industry. We're out of Chicago. We started in party rentals about maybe 6th year, 2021. And from day one, we knew that I failed many businesses before party rentals. And when we started this, I knew that what I did wrong was I thought if I build something great, everybody's going to come running, and that just doesn't work. So it's all about marketing and growth, and that's really what drove us from the get-go. And we tried working with different marketers, and either they didn't know party rentals or they didn't know marketing. It was one or the other. So yeah, it was.
No, it makes perfect sense.
The bigger agencies, most we're at a disadvantage because the internet is designed for sellers, and you and I are renters. So we keep getting calls for tool rental or house rental. It was very frustrating. I felt like they were learning, using our account. And then I worked with some people that are from party rentals, and they were, they knew the industry, but they just did not know the ads, the Google ads and Facebook ads as much. So I pretty much ditched my company and did nothing but study digital marketing. And I had no intention of owning an agency. I just kind of did it for myself. And the year we started implementing what we learned, we tripled our revenue. And for the first time in my life, I was able to work full time doing what I do in party rentals. And then I was just helping.
What year was that?
2019. 2019, we just
awesome.
I quit my job in 2019 for the first time, and I started doing party rentals full time. And then 2019 into 2020, I was just helping people on Facebook for free, just answering questions. And next thing you know, just my inbox was overflowing, and it just kind of got crazy. So I told my wife, I'm like, we got to pick one. You can't do both. So she ended up agreeing finally to help out with the party rentals, and now I just do digital marketing full time, specifically for the party rental industry. So that's
so your wife's taking care of your party rental business, though?
She's not doing a great job, but she is. I mean, she's not as ambitious as I am. I want to take her to the city. She's just like, listen, if the phone rings, the phone rings. She has me turn off our Google ads. She's just like, listen, she turns down more work than we take, and that's kind of what you got to do.
It is what it is when it comes to stuff like that. You're making good enough money here, and she might click and do it, or maybe something else stumbles along, and you might be able to do that. But it doesn't matter because you're doing good doing this stuff, anyways.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's tough when you know that there's more out there that you're missing out on. It's people are calling you, and you're away. That's tough for me to hear the conversations that go next door, and she's telling people we're not taking any more bookings for 2 weeks from now. God, we have stuff.
Yeah, it is what it is. There. It is what it is. Yeah. So now, basically, like what I brought you here is obviously for Event Hawk. That's the main bread and butter I want to talk about today. Just so you guys know, I'm not getting paid from Tariq. He's not paying me to be on here. I'm doing this because I want to present this in front of my viewers and different people, because Tariq, like myself, has I don't want to call it a millennial mindset. I just want to say a technology-driven mindset, data-driven mindset. I know you love hearing that and saying that. It's definitely data-driven, and the data is telling everybody text is the way to go. Text sales are the way to go. The conversion rates are more. The response is just totally different. Listen, you guys are probably looking on your phone right now and watching this. So the radio is now the TV, and now the TV is now your phone. So instead of watching TV, instead of paying for ads and doing all this stuff on TV, now all is on the phone. It's all in these social media groups and the different stuff like that. But nobody reads an email, and you're not going to start messaging them in their personal social media messengers. But everybody reads a text. So I'm gonna let Tariq take it away from here for the most part, because this is one of the reasons that I'm following Tariq for the most part, is because he created this platform or this funnel for the most part.
Yeah, no, you hit it right on the head. Data driven. So about a year and a half ago or so, we started learning how to track conversions on Google Ads, and we started tracking the calls, the leads, the sales down to the penny. And once it was really cool to see that. But then when you look at the grand scheme of things, it was like our conversion rate was about 1% initially, and then it climbed to like 3 or 5%. I'm like, man, it sucks. So I looked into it, and apparently that's pretty good. I mean, a great conversion rate is like 5% at max. And I'm like, man, that can't be. What about the other 95%? What can I do to get those on my site? And it turns out there's a lot we can do. And I guess we got to kind of blame our booking softwares for this one. And I mean, I use Inflatable Office. Most of the people I work with use the ERS, but we kind of expect too much from them. And they're doing an awesome job of being like an all-in-one solution. But at the end of the day,
EventHawk is compatible with BCN as well, too, right? So it's all those platforms.
Essentially, all it does is it's an app that you can use alongside your website just to increase the conversion rates, and that's pretty much the whole purpose behind it. So when we looked into it, we found that if you just expect people to come on your website and buy a $200, $300, $400 product and click checkout now, you're crazy. It's like asking somebody to marry you off the street that doesn't even know you. And right now, you're going to tell me, Tariq, you don't know what you're talking about. People book on my website all the time. For every booking you get, you're probably missing another 100. I guarantee you're missing at least another 90. That's just that's what the data tells us. And like Justin said in the beginning, we're all about data driven. It's not my opinion. This is what the data is telling us, that there's out of every 100 people that visit your site, you're lucky if one books. So the idea behind EventHawk is getting those other 99, as many of them as possible. So what we do is we add a funnel to your site. And this is something that I didn't invent. It's something that everybody, all the big Fortune 500 companies are doing it. ClickFunnels, I'm a big fan of ClickFunnels. I tried to kind of join with them and bring that to the party event industry. It did not work. So essentially, EventHawk puts together a few different apps that we were able to work with. I have a partner that helps me out. He's in Sweden. He kind of helped me develop a lot of this stuff. And again, we didn't invent this. It's stuff that's already working for other industries. We just our industry and packaged it into EventHawk. And essentially, what it does is it gives you kind of it asks customers on your website for a soft sell or a small commitment. A credit card number is a big commitment. A phone number is a small commitment. So we just say, hey, you like what you see, give us your phone number. We'll give you a free quote. We'll give you our catalog. We'll give you this coupon. We'll give you something valuable for your phone number and your name. And they're doing that at a really high rate. And once they do that, that's when the magic happens. If you're working with a lead generator, you got to pick up the phone, call them, or text them. We do that for you. We will automatically text people. We found the best results at 5 minutes. 5 minutes after they're on your site, we give them 5 minutes to book on their own through IO, ERS, BCN. They can book on your website. Within 5 minutes, if they didn't book, they're probably gone. They might come back a couple days later. They might lose your site, whatever. So we text them. We'll be like, hey, you're on our website looking at party rentals. What's your date? Let's see if we can help you. That's it. Just doing that, we've gotten reply rates. If you send out an email, okay, we all love sending out, emails, coupons, things like that. Promotions, we got a holiday special, come back and book with us again. You're maybe 10% open your email, maybe 1% reply to your email. We're getting a reply rate to these text messages of 50 to 75%.
Can I stop you for a second? Because I want to get into this, because this is the part where I want to explain to everybody why this is so important. And I just want you to think about yourselves for a second. How many of your emails? Everybody has a set day they probably read their emails, or a time in the day that they read their emails at the very least. Maybe they do it twice a day, or they have it on notifications because they have so many, and that's what they deal with. Very rarely. But then even if they do use it all the time, that's a spam email. I'm not even going to read that. I look at every single text that I receive. As soon as I hear ding, my hand's going in my pocket. I know there's a syndrome for feeling your phone going off in your pocket while it's not even going off. That's how much it's dopamine to the brain, people, just text messages. So that's why the reply rate is so much more. And then another reason why I'm going with all this, I did most of my sales off Facebook this year. Just replying to people through text messaging. It's not text, but it's still through Facebook. So this is the thing that's going through people's brain. That's why people don't read emails, but people will read your texts. So you might be having the most wonderful worded email system in the world, but if nobody's reading it, whatever. continue. I'm sorry. I put that out there.
And you mentioned on Facebook, so we hate Facebook messages because you have to go on a different app to reply to them. I don't like it. So we actually integrated with Facebook so that within EventHawk, when you get a text message back from a customer, or when you get a Facebook message from your business page, or even an email back from a customer, it all goes in one place where you can reply to text messages in the same place as you reply to Facebook messages and emails, all from an app that you have on your phone. We also have a desktop app that you could reply to text messages on your desktop. You can text people back from your desktop, which is pretty cool when you're working from an office. But yeah, that's essentially what we do. We just kind of bring in and we make it seem totally natural. And these people, it's all about hitting them and texting them when it's convenient for them, not when it's convenient for you. If you have to call people, when you get a lead or whatever, or a contact form, you're going to call them the next day. They've already booked with somebody else, or it's going to go to their voicemail. Like you said, everybody, their text messages. If to call 5 different people, I need about an hour. To call 5 customers.
If a person calls you, if a person that's calling around for companies, most likely the person that answers first gets the sale. 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10. Those are all still really good numbers. Yeah. So now, if you get somebody who's shopping on the website, because most of the time they're shopping on websites and looking around before they go ahead and start making these phone calls. So if you can contact that customer and talk to them first, it's all about talking to them first. Exactly. It's all about, it's not even just about talking to them. I'll scratch that. It's about relating to them. You can't just say hey to people. You got to give them a little bit of value with it. You got to be a little bit flashy. You got to catch them a little bit off guard maybe. You just can't just go out here thinking that everything's just going to come to you. Oh, I own a business. Everybody's going to buy from me now.
Yeah, and we get that feedback a lot from our clients. They tell us that their customers tell them, "Wow, thank you for texting me. I've called 3 different places. You're the first one to respond, and we didn't even have to pick up the phone." That's the thing. You could text like 5 customers in 1 minute, and we'll do the texting for you. You just have to reply back when they talk to you. You could set up auto replies if you want, but it didn't work. We tried that. We tried to be lazy. And
you were telling me it's all about that initial text.
Yeah, it's the initial text is the hardest one for you to actually, and you don't have to do it from your own, your own phone. We give you, a separate number if you want, so you don't have to nobody has to have your number, and it's all kind of stays organized in one thing. So we've gotten tremendous results from that. We've even shut off our phones like around 4th of July. Just sent everybody to EventHawk. We tell the voicemail, hey, text this number. If you're calling about 4th of July, hang up. If you're calling about a different date, text this number, and then we get them all in there. So that kind of saved our sanity for this last summer.
Oh, that's awesome. I like this. You hit it all a little separate thing just for that number because they're all texting that one, but that's just draining it. So now ERS, I don't have it all up and running yet. So you probably know this more than me because you're working with it. Their phone number when they're texting off their program is all off the Albuquerque phone number, right?
From what I understand, when ERS, you can send text messages through ERS. It goes out from their number though. So if the customer responds, it kind of goes into this weird place. So you can't really have a back and forth conversation with the customer. Yeah. Again, they get the message, but from what I saw on Facebook, ERS recommends that you put on there, this is an automated message. Do not reply or do not reply to this message.
Yeah, I saw that on there because I was curious. Because mainly, I feel like people aren't going to want to text an Albuquerque phone number.
That too, yeah.
And it's a random text, so they might just think it's a program and not even know the area code. But if it was a 716, whatever, even the number was fake, because my area code is 716. I think that would be interesting. I like that.
Yeah, we could definitely get you more. We have most area codes. I mean, most places have more than one area code, but I think it's better than nothing. If you are using ERS, that is a feature that you definitely should start using. It's a text is still a text, but you're right. When it's a different area code, when it says do not reply, it's going to be, it's a marketing text.
It seems more marketing. It seems like straight up sales, in my opinion. I'm less likely to reel though. It's like almost like it's quoted in saying spam or something next to it in my email.
Yeah, so we solve for a lot of that, and again, it's just all about that personal, making it personal with them. And we just launched like a week ago, and we have about 40 people using it already, and we're getting really good results.
So if you were to say that people that do email marketing, this is very similar, if not better. You would say?
Email marketing, I think, is still important because people accept email. So we do both. So when you fill out our contact form, you will immediately get an email. No matter what time of day you fill it out, you're going to get a confirmation email because people expect that now. When I fill out a form, I expect to get some kind of confirmation in my email. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to read it. I just want to know that I got an email from you, that you didn't just take my information and do God knows what with it. So that email confirmation. So we will send out an email, and then so let's say 4 a.m. You're online. You opt in. You put in your information. You're going to get an email immediately, and this is all customizable, obviously. But then at 9 a.m., once our office is open, once your office is open, whatever time you set it to, then they'll get a text message saying, "Hey, Justin, this is Tariq with the Vet Hawk Party Rentals. You were on our site looking at party rentals. Let me make sure we have availability. What's your date?" And Justin will either say, "Hey, I already booked online. Thank you for reaching out," or he'll say, "Yeah, I was on your website. I was about to book. My party's at 1, and I know you do 4-hour rentals. My party's at 1, but I want it from 1 to 5, but I want you to deliver. I want it set up by 12. So how much are you going to charge me for that extra hour?" And that's the reason they didn't book. They didn't have a problem with your price or nothing. They're just confused. And you're like, well, it's on my frequently asked questions. It says right there that, we're not going to charge you for the setup time. We may deliver earlier. Nobody goes there. Nobody's going to go on your website to look for those answers. They're just going to leave. So this gives you the opportunity to say, oh, hey, guess what? Great news. We're going to set up no later than 12, and we're not going to charge you for that because that's just what we do. People ask you, how much is the price, even though it's online? They'll ask you. People ask if you include the water, if they need a generator. All these are questions. People they just need reassurance that their expectations are going to be met. And that's really what Event Hawk accomplishes. It helps you get more bookings through giving you a platform to reassure your customers that you will meet their expectations.
And that's why the complete automation will never work too, because you can't have a robot ask for all these nuances. Maybe in 10 years, 5 years.
Yeah, if they say generator, then you say this. If you say this,
when we get some AI for the bounce house world.
From the experience, and we can what we've done to combat that, to make things easier, is we built in templates. So we already have templates for, if somebody says generator, then send this. If somebody says what time, send this. If somebody says what price, it's a template. You just pick.
What I was saying before too, though, is more like if people when they're setting this up, it's almost like setting up an email marketing.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. It's pretty much, so don't be, oh, hey, this is a whole nother thing I got to program and stuff, just like ERS. It's this intricate. No, it's just like your marketing pretty much.
So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of something that the templates that come in there, the settings that come in there are 2 years in the works for us. We've been trying to develop something that works, and we've been from the idea phase 2 years ago to where we are now. What comes standard with Event Hawk from the day you sign up are what really, really works and works really well for most of our people. You can change it just like your email campaigns. You can change the timing, the delay, what it says. You can do all that. But, the more you start making a lot of changes, you're reinventing the wheel. Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels, he said, growing through trial and error is a very painful, slow and painful way to grow. And we've already done the trial and error. We've already wasted the time, the money. Don't waste another season. Let us give you what works. You can make small changes, but I do feel that the people who are making a lot of changes and customizing this, you can. It's all you. It's just like ERS. You can make whatever changes you want, but it comes pre-built with everything that already works.
See, I know people that personally just bought it and went in because they had an up and running site and they were making money off this system instantly within the days. So you know what I mean? So I know it had to be either simple to set up or it was pretty much already set up. I don't, like I said, people, I don't have this yet, but me and Tariq already talked. I'm on board. I'm just getting my web. I'm literally spending every time I'm going to hop off this and go start messing with my website some more. So there's no reason for me to have that when I don't have merchant services on it yet. So, but listen, I'm paying for this. Just treat it like I'm already having it. I've heard enough good things to know it's a good thing. And I don't know what else to really say other than follow what you're doing, check it out. You do the free demo. You can text. What's that number you can text, right?
Yeah. So if you go to eventhawk360.com, there's a demo, I believe, on there. Yeah. So if you fill in, if you go opt into the form on that site, it'll text you, it'll give you the whole experience, and we can send you another demo as well. But you mentioned something about it paying for itself. It's in some cases it's paid for itself within the hour. Within within literally the first hour of just implementing it, you'll have people start coming in, because this doesn't work for everybody. I'll tell you right off the bat. If you have, this does not generate traffic for you. This is if you already have traffic on your site, which most of us do. We have more traffic than we know what to do with. Our problem is not. This is basically going to make better use of the traffic that you already have on your site. Traffic from SEO, traffic from Google ads, Facebook ads, anywhere you're sending traffic from 10 different places to this one website. But then what? So we're already pretty good with the traffic side. There's different solutions for that. We do Google. We manage Google Ads campaigns as well, if you guys need help with that. But traffic isn't really the problem. Once you have a high conversion rate, then you can send as much traffic you want to the site, because it's going to convert. But right now, the solution for anybody who wants more work is, let me put more into Google Ads. Let me pay more. You're just throwing money in the fire, because all that traffic you're sending, only 1% of it's converting, maybe 5% if you're lucky.
You're throwing it at a wall and hoping it'll stick, and 5%'s gonna.
It's
you're good.
You deserve better. People, if you're like me, you put your whole life savings into this. You've built this company. You've wasted weekend. You've taken time away from your family and kids to build this thing up, and you deserve more than 5%. I mean, that's really it. This stops.
When I heard 5%, I was literally just like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, how? That doesn't make sense. What sales world is 5% acceptable? Like, I'd kick somebody in the butt. It's like, I did 5% in sales today.
Yeah, exactly. Look it up. Like, look at your own analytics.
It's 100% true.
2020. Look for 2020 so far. How many visits you've had to your website, and then look, because we all know in the back of our head, we know how many sales we got this year. We know exactly. We're proud of that. I got this many sales this year. But we don't know how many clicks. We don't know how many visitors we got. So go ahead. It's that easy. You take your visitors over your sales, and that'll then your number of visitors over your number of sales multiplied by 100. That's your conversion rate. It's a depressing number.
It's insane, man. But text, like I said, is the way to go. It's definitely the future. This video is about over. I'm about to end it right now, guys. So if you guys liked it, check it out. Tariq from Event Hawk. I'm Party Rental Knowledge. Check out one of these videos around here or something like that. They're probably up now. But yeah, text marketing is the future, everybody. Go ahead and punch me in the face if I'm wrong. Like, I'm ready. I won't hack either. I'm not like that.